Welcome back to Lens Dynamic Coffee Sessions. So, for today's coffee tasting, we have coffee from Edinburgh, Scotland. This is Edinburgh Tea and Coffee Company Limited, and this is the ground coffee, which is whiskey coffee. So, this has like flavor notes of whiskey. Coming from Scotland, I'm expecting something very classy and uh, very cool and different. We have tried one whiskey kind of notes coffee that was from Toffee Coffee Roasters last year, and that was the coffee that was like treated or stored in the whiskey barrel. So did get some of that character in terms of so mainly like whiskey coffees are not like having any whiskey, but they have like flavor notes. So it'll have more of a malty character, which I'm expecting. So I just got a like a carrot walnut cake here. So I thought it might go well. Blueberry I've got like in case the coffee has something like juicy or a herbal or a fruity character, then I will try to flavor profile it that ways. Uh, and before I start with this coffee tasting, I would like to also mention that Traveling Mummy has been putting some content on this UK travel. So this has like Great Britain, Scotland, and Ireland. So do check her channel. And thanks to her for this coffee as well. So with that, let's get started with this coffee session. So this coffee has, I'm not sure if it has like the character mentioned here because it has those kind of methods that are written, and it says finest quality fresh ground coffee with distinctive malt whiskey flavor, and it has this kind of a seal pack. So I'm just going to open it and we'll see how it goes. It's quite swift, it's quite smooth, and so yeah, I'm getting those notes, and this is, I think, a flavored coffee, so it might not be that much of a mystery that you will find that notes very hidden inside. So I'm getting right away the aroma of like being inside a brewery or something like when you go to a microbrewery or go in near a kind of a malt plant. I'm getting very grainy and malty aroma, and it's quite heady. So I'm excited to try this. So I'll brew this in a pour over. Now this says that it's ground coffee, and I'm not really sure. Uh, I think it will be like the standard fine grind. So I'll just brew it in a pour over, and we'll taste it. So this is the packaging, which is quite cool, like a seal pack here, and this is what the pack also says. So this is the coffee brewing going on, but I just wanted to show you the nice crema. So as I'm brewing the coffee, getting a lot of nice aromas, and it's whiskey like coffee is like a flavor note. It's like a aroma also. So when you look at like coffee, the actual coffee might not give you that kind of pronounced taste that you get in coffee syrup. So when you enter Starbucks, you will get that typical coffee uh, aroma, and when you brew at home, you might not get that. So the reason might be like they actually go for like the coffee notes or the coffee flavor. So this is also something like a whiskey flavor. So I'm guessing it just takes all the sweetness of that aroma, because whiskey can be like very strong on the nose, but this gives you that sweet, like kind of the best of those notes. So this is what I'm getting. So the coffee is brewed. Like I said, this like flavored coffees generally tend to not present coffee in its most authentic form, so that flavor will be very pronounced. And when I started getting coffees from different brands, and I was initially interested in coffee, I used to get these vanilla flavored and hazelnut coffee from Dunkin' Donuts, and that's where I So I think that's like a starter or a first attraction for anyone who's getting into coffee. You initially get through like the flavored notes and then you get to the real thing. So with coffee, it was the same. And any flavored coffee that you'll try, it'll always give you that pleasing kind of notes of aroma and the entire experience. So I think this one is also similar. And you have like, as with the aroma, the sweetness, and that's also coming from the coffee cup. So it's like a very palatable and very inviting kind of coffee that it looks like. So I'm getting something like Irish cream, like the Irish whiskey, and you get that Bailey's kind of notes in this one. And if you have something like a Hershey's, like a very caramelized Hershey, or a Lindt chocolate, which is like middle on the darkness range, and if you go for some flavoring like Irish chocolate, that's where uh, this flavor note might align to. So again, I get lot of sweetness. I get some maltiness, like the body. It's very malty, very grainy, but in a good way. It's a very nicely balanced coffee, like with the flavoring also. It retains the coffee central character. So looking at the pack, I was a little worried if I should make it in pour over, but it's come out like a very fine cup, and there's also a little stickiness to it. So I'm not sure they have added sugar in the flavor, but I think it will go really well with like milk or any add-ons also. But on its own also, it's very nice. So people who have a problem having coffee just black, they can have this because this is like a flavored coffee. It has lots of sweetness. So I would say it's almost 30% sweetness built into it. It's not my regular coffee things that I do in my coffee sessions, because those are on just the dark coffee range. But this is actually flavored and actually reminds me of some tastings I did last year with the Toffee Coffee Roasters. They had a whiskey barrel coffee, like a pour over, easy pour over kit. And there was also, I think, Tribal Brew. They had those hazelnut, dry hazelnut flavor coffees. But this is different. I think this is quite a good product. And I'm really very pleased with this coffee from Edinburgh, and I think it might be very popular. I don't know. I was just checking out some videos of Edinburgh cafes, and they seem very nice. So coming back to this coffee, I think it's extremely palatable, and it's for those days when you want something comforting and don't want to experiment too much. It's not very. It's not on the acidic scale or astringency or things like that. It's just like your sweet black coffee, and you can add on like Baileys or milk to it, or even some cream. So this was the coffee tasting for Edinburgh whiskey coffee. Hope you like the video, and look forward to more. Thank you for watching. Welcome back to Lens Dynamic Coffee Sessions. So for today we have a whiskey flavored coffee from Edinburgh, Scotland, grind. So I'll just brew it in a pour over, and we'll try to taste it, and we'll taste it. So I'll go ahead and enjoy my coffee. And this was a coffee tasting which we did for Edinburgh whiskey coffee, and hope you like it. And